It's time for Women Plus. It's they've finally risen up. The alphabets are all dead.
Oh yeah,
We're giving up on all that. Instead,
Matt Walsh was successful.
Women Plus is now the movement,
Right.
which doesn't include a lot of women. But that's not besides the point, because that's not what it's really about. We'll start off just by mentioning the Origins of Intersectionality podcast, lotus.com, of course, being the origins of, what if we get all the minority groups to come together under a rainbow flag, and then we can outthrow the majority groups of a position of power.
Literally the communist attack on civil society.
That was actually what they planned. But we'll go into the news of Women Plus, because local lawmaker, can't pronounce the name, she, her, one of the Congress people of all time, decided to tweet out, Women's History Month must include trans women. Yippee. I didn't even know what women... I think we've been told before, but I forgot that Women's History Month was a thing in America. Like, what a stupid idea. Women's History Month. Like, Black History... I mean, Black History Month's done already.
Well, we need a month for the race of women.
Yeah, the oppressed women race. But I also just love the idea. You could so obviously see that it's Americans who are just like, oh, and another ethnic group we need to throw it. When's Refugee History Month?
Great question.
It'll actually be a thing. Transgender History Month also going to be a thing.
Well, no, there probably could be a case under the intersectional auspices to have a Refugee History Month.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
unironically.
you know, this person tweeted that, which was gold. Thanks, really advancing society.
I just want to know why. Why must it include trans women?
Yeah, someone
Because
did.
they would say trans women are women, but I don't agree.
Speaking about Black History Month, though, someone did notice. That's true. That Women's History Month must include trans women. In which case, Black History Month. I can see those eyes. Let's go to it.
Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah. Oh, there should be another link in there, John, if you can load it up. But N Wokeness decided to point out that, Black History Month.
Including
Rachel Dolezal should
Sean
really
King
be
and
in
Rachel
there.
Dolezal and
Yeah. And I don't
Downey
disagree.
Jr.
I don't disagree at all because, this one you can see there in which, I just had them in the wrong order. Not wrong. Why isn't she part of Women's History Month? It's a great
Black
point.
History Month.
Yeah. But we'll go back because, as I got them in the wrong order, but James made a joke in which he pointed out the future of women's movement is Women's Plus. And,
Which is true. I mean, that's literally the position we're in now because the women's movement is dead. Because they abolished the definition of what a woman was.
And James has made a funny joke there. We will return to the joke. Because jokes aside,
Mouth of Sauron there.
it's 100% real.
What?
A lot of people thought James was joking.
Yeah, that's how I saw this.
James is not joking. Here's the New York Times reporting here. Donors pledge $55 million for Smithsonian's new museum of American women.
Define woman.
Do you want to know what? No, but I love how it's American women.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
That's racist.
Yeah, I harken on about the United States being a very unique and strange place to the rest of the world very often. But it is true, and I'm sorry, but like, someone's going to set up the University of American Women. What do you think? It's going to be men. That's what I mean, because they did do
Average
it.
Russian. Is the government lying to me again?
Yes, seriously, if you take this to some Tatiana in Rostov, she's going to be like, what? That's not true.
I love the idea that Putin sat around with a bunch of speechwriters and they're like, right, okay, they've got this line, got this line. Is this bit like, no, this bit's actually true. So, well, we're telling them the truth, are we? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
The West is run by pedophiles. We can't go that far. It was like, well, I've got the flight log. If you want to see him. So they say in here, there is no monolithic experience of womanhood, says the museum runner.
Okay.
Emphasised that her museum would not attempt...
And I'm whenever they say women are harassed, women get... So I'm just going to be like, there is no monolithic experience of womanhood. I, as a man, my experience of womanhood has been totally the opposite, and I'm sick of it.
Trans women very rarely wolf whistled.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not sexually harassed like you guys, so there is no monolithic.
No
Yeah.
monolithic.
She's not going to construct a singular narrative, or even attempt to construct such a singular narrative. The hotel...
That's another great line for when I'm being told I'm bad because I'm a man. Oh, well, there's no singular narrative of womanhood. There's no monolithic experience, no singular narrative. You've got no complaints.
She says she plans to include transgender women who have been subject to increasing harassment and violence at a time when there is this national discussion and deep partisan divide about the acceptance of a woman as a woman.
Who brought the conversation up?
Yeah, Matt Walsh correctly pointed out. Look at the Family Guy episode. Look at the South Park episode. You can see American culture wasn't like this, and now it is. Who did that?
Yep.
Because that was a change that was brought upon it. But it's not just at the University of, the museum over here that's like, we're going to define what an American woman is. It's a man, which is, oh, God. But the universities jumped in on this. This was a while back.
Of course they did.
The term women plus, this is the origins of it, because initially it was a feminist thing.
Right, yeah.
And of course, it's now died a death because it was a statement of, well, we're going to get women into those jobs they've been so oppressed by. You know, they've been able to apply for them and those degrees for a long time. They just don't. So presumably it's oppression.
What I love about this then, is the defense already works. This is a marker dedicated to the elimination of misogyny-based violence against women. So it's like, well, there's no one singular narrative of women.
No,
Women aren't a monolith.
There's not. But this was them talking about violence there. But if you go to the University of Michigan, they had a definition in which they defined Women Plus, the Center for Education of Women Plus, which it sort of sounds like women need special ed. That statement, but so the Center for...
No, it sounds more like what is it, the sort of $6 million man or whatever. We took a woman. We have the technology. We can rebuild them.
Yeah. So this Centre for the Education of Women Plus is a comprehensive centre with 3 major objectives. The first one being to monitor and address the challenges and issues uniquely faced by women.
Women are kind of substandard. We can do better.
Especially women of colour. Okay.
I didn't do that.
No, you didn't. University of Michigan were like, well, they need some upgrades. So that's their position. Harvard went a step further.
I think women were just fine as they were.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, we got Women Plus now.
That's the misogynist position. Women were fine.
I want Women Plus, the new upgrade, the platinum model of women, which is opposed to women negative.
Once again, it feels like shaming. Women, you're not earning as much as men. Women, you kind of suck and we need to improve you.
Well, Harvard had the opinion that
and then you've got the misogynists who are just like, hey guys, maybe you should just drop it.
The Harvard Physics Women Plus of Color project. Oh boy, the founder who founded the Women.
Oh no! Now we're going to get the gradations of women.
The Women Plus of Color.
The Asian women are doing too well.
Well, it was made to increase the representation of Black, Indigenous, and Latinx women in STEM graduate subjects.
See, no Asian women, no white women.
But this is back when feminism was
gradation. Women have been ranked.
It had a
and
strange...
these women have been found wanting.
Well, it had that strange wobble, didn't it, originally? Yeah. Where like, we're here to make sure women are earning more. They should be doing these jobs because we say so, not because they want to. Yeah. And then it was like, well, hang on, but the women of colour are oppressed. Okay, well, the women of colour should especially be... And then what about trans women? Oh, God, now the movement's dead. And MIT are the ones who put the nail in the coffin in Women Plus over here. They say the language of Women Plus indicates that WIC Plus... Okay, great.
Women Chemistry Plus.
Yeah. Welcomes anyone who identifies with our mission, which may include cis and trans women, non-binary people. Okay.
Well, they're not women.
So, but I love... Well,
I mean, literally, non-binary means not a woman and not a man.
In their own parlance. And others, so men, presumably. Just normal men as well.
Things that are women, things that are specifically not women, and whatever else
exists. I don't know, some third category.
My dog, you know.
Women and dogs are welcome to. I don't know what they were thinking. Who are marginalised on the basis of their gender. So, cat gender is cake gender. They're all welcome.
What's a There's no non-binary is a non-gender category, surely.
Yeah. We welcome allies to also join the centre in the voices of whose gender identities are underrepresented in chemistry. I don't think any genders are represented in chemistry.
Well, I mean, I wasn't aware of it.
My roommate took chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
He was a bit strange, but he never told me about the genders of the chemicals. Wasn't a thing. Never came up. So
I'm just thinking back to my time in GCSE chemistry, looking at the periodic table and wondering what the gender of oxygen was.
Oh, God, but you know the French would, though.
Well, yeah, they would.
I bet.
Yeah, great point.
I bet the French are
oxygen,
le
gold, la titanium, or something, you know.
Steel, man.
Steel's not an element.
Well, yeah, that's true. You know about stalinium?
No.
It's this meme where it's just like, yeah, our steel is so heat treated, it's stalinium.
Oh, right.
The thing is, if you heat treat it as much as the Soviets did in the war, it makes it crack.
Right.
So, whatever. Another side joke. But I also love how in here the whole thing is about like subsidizing women, also like welfare for women over here. Well, they need it. At least according to every university in the United States. Up until Women Plus took the stage. The University of North Dakota goes further. They say Women Plus, or UCW Plus, promotes equity for women and other people with traditionally marginalized gender identities. So there we are. It's firmly in that trait.
They talk about them like they're disabled.
The thing I want to know, though, is why, if it's all the same and fine, is why calling a normal woman transgender is an insult?
Tell you what, I've been thinking about doing that. If I wanted to be really rude to someone on Twitter, like someone was like, I'm not going to sleep with you or something, I'd be like, don't worry, I'm not into trans. And that would be really insulting.
Why is it, though, if trans women and women are the same?
That's a great question.
Another frag mine for people to play.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going to the consulting agencies, because this might have been a funny joke on the college campuses. It'll just stay on the college campuses, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Remember all that?
Oh, I did predict that it wouldn't.
Here comes the consulting agencies. Women Plus Beyond the Binary writes this. Hole. Women's Plus is inclusive of different identities pertaining to gender. So Women Plus entails trans women, femmes, gender fluid people, cis women, and more. An endless
It's nice that cis women get to be included.
I don't know what femme is.
I
haven't figured that out. I googled it, read it.
Can we click on that link, John?
I don't know if it works as a link. You want to right click, new tab probably. No, it just takes us to.
No. What
there we
feminism? Let's have a quick look at
I
that.
remember reading this. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not signing up for your crappy
No, go
femme
away.
on. Go away.
Right. Have you ever wondered if you're femme? Have you been circling around femme identity? Femme is beautiful. Is a beautiful, complex identity. What it looks like, means, and encompasses is different for right. So it's nothing. It's different for each of us. Well, it's nothing then.
I'm sure many femmes there is a sense of resistance at my attempt to categorize the identity. Saying what it is a crime against the ideology.
Right. So it's nothing. It doesn't exist. Right. Okay.
That was worth time.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to clearly sane person who's writing about things that can't be defined.
I mean, gender fluid is at least more coherent than the concept of femme there.
Yeah. They say there are still issues which Women Plus being judged on what they wear, how they look, what they say, what they believe, who they date, how they identify, what they do for a living, etc.
Yeah.
Only Women Plus get judged for that.
Who doesn't get judged?
No, only Women Plus, which are not women. According,
But I love this. We want you to not judge a certain group of people. It's like, why?
I love the last bit here, though. Another difficulty Women Plus face is being compared negatively or in competition with each other instead of fostering encouragement and collaboration.
But this is amazing. Like the idea that this political movement is seeking to deprive you of your faculties of judgment.
Yeah, but also you shouldn't be able to compare Women Plus to women because that fosters competition. It's like that's the whole transgender woman experience.
Yes.
They literally spend all their days looking at pictures of women and then saying, how can I be that? How can I look like that?
That's true.
And if you couldn't compare them...
But the only way this works is if they deprive the regular person of their capacity to make judgments.
It makes me want to reread Brave New World.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a cliche to be like, oh, it's just like that, horrific book. But it is. It is every time.
That's one of the things that John the Savage actually had on his side, is the ability to discern between good and bad.
Yeah.
Like that was literally the core of his character.
The author writes, from my experience as a cis black woman, it is essential to reframe what I was told from society, inner community, family, and friends to determine who I am as a cis black woman. I love that. Just all of the wisdom of countless dead. Building up all the civilization, you stand on the soldiers of those giants, and then turn around and go, none of that. Just going to reframe it all. Just don't want any wisdom in my life.
You know what? I know better. I'm a femme. What's that?
I have no idea. Where am I? Who am I? My experience is only one experience, though. So it essentially...
Yeah, not monolithic, you see.
So it is essential to consider diverse narratives of Women Plus.
There's a different narrative for each woman.
Take a moment to ponder what narratives of Women Plus you need to learn, unlearn, and relearn from your more exclusive and supportive... What? Actual re-education.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Right.
been a long-running theme for them.
The ranging difficulties for Women Plus are evolving. Nevertheless, in 2019, Wemixin accomplished great things.
Oh, good.
This is clearly like they haven't decided what the word is yet.
They've literally got self-imposed barriers. Like, but we overcame this barrier. Sounds good for you.
But also they can't decide, is it Women Plus or Wemixin? I'm still not sure.
Oh, yeah, good point.
It's just great. They then have some links to the UN talking about Wemixin and Women Plus. Which are just,
How they're formless, limitless,
yeah.
void monsters.
Time magazine has an article about how monsters have taken over the world and are forcing us to say things. Their new religion. The links that feature Women Plus accomplishments in 2019 are not comprehensive of Wemixinhood beyond the binary.
We're mixing hood beyond the bio.
What am I reading? Which raises the question, what can companies, schools, and people, individually and collectively, do to advocate for diverse women plus,
I mean, that is one question that is raised from all of this nonsense.
proactively that centers mindfulness on the shifting needs of intersectionality. Finally we get to it.
Ooh.
Because the thing about intersectionality, the religion
Yeah.
that it is,
Yeah.
it's got shifting needs for it to prop up. I finally they do admit the reason there's endless gobbledygook and endless nonsense you have to take on.
I'm getting visions of Muhammad receiving a revelation from God when his wife's like, "Have you washed the dishes?" It's like, God says I don't have to wash the dishes.
Oh, well, if God said it.
Oh, well, that's revelation from the prophet, you see.
I think that happened, about at least 200 times?
Yeah, there are plenty
Recorded?
of times, yeah. It's very sus.
It's just like, should we be able to take sexual slaves? Give me a moment. I'll be back, lads.
Muhammad, I thought you were supposed to have 4 wives. Well, God said.
God said I'm the prophet, so I'm allowed to have more. And I believe Muhammad, just as much as I believe the intersectionals. There we are. But I almost thought this was a troll, except there's more of these cancers. I mean, there's this Facebook account here, which is
Kairos women.
another company that works on consulting companies to tell them about Women Plus.
There's a good grift.
Yeah, also Sainsburys.
Tell us about women plus. Well, we don't have a definition.
Like femmes.
Yeah, like we don't. Yeah, we can't define it, but just pour the money in.
I love the idea that electrician turns up and you're just like, so can you fix? I don't have a definition of electricity. What? So we'll go to Sainsburys, because Sainsburys, they started selling these pads, which are apparently, good for periods.
Yeah, probably.
Seems normal.
Yeah.
Except they write in here, developed by understanding of women's plus anatomy. What?
So it's a transgender period for
Men?
men and women.
I don't know. Intimate anatomy, the body form V protection pads are for women plus. The core shaping in elements and wings of those body form pads for women plus allow the maximum adaptability to men, presumably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sometimes you might have to make space for extra materials that are in that area.
Is that in the front? There's
Specifically in the front.
something else there that might be taking up room
know.
from your
Like, an average woman.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I shouldn't be shocked because I mean, it's Ollie London. He's detransitioned from being Korean.
Yeah.
Which is
Good.
a
Good.
laugh. But he noted that, of course. Well, I mean, men have been getting tampon sponsorships for years now.
This is the face of a women's tampon brand. Yeah.
I'll scroll down on that. I mean, I just
I tell you what, right? Let's go back to the conversation about representation. Ladies, do you feel represented?
how could you not? Look,
Exactly. It's a woman, isn't it?
yeah, he's got a mustache just like you.
Look at that beard stubble. Does she not represent you, ladies?
Got earrings and a dress. What
Yep.
more could you
And
want?
look at the eye makeup. Well, you wear eye makeup, don't you?
I love the idea that if a woman isn't wearing a dress and earrings and
Receding hairline, just like you.
no, but
Average woman.
you know what I mean? Where it's like the people who say they're trans women make a very special effort to be as feminine as possible, every possible adaptation they can do. Whereas women obviously don't.
No, they don't need to because they're actually authentically women.
And yet, men will still go for them. Amazing. Amazing.
But what I love about this is the aesthetic is all put together, but you've got the man, sorry, woman, holding the tampons, and it's like you literally have no use for that. You can use everything else.
Well, no, you'd have a use for tampons if you're a man, which is you get shot. You put it in the bullet wound. He's holding pads. There's literally nothing.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Good
Literally
point.
useless.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're going to sit there holding it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this, going back to
But even
James's
then,
joke.
is that even good? Because that's surely they're designed to draw out blood.
I don't know. I got told that if you put tampons in a bullet wound, it works.
Right.
'Cause they're
Okay.
just-
I honestly don't know. So.
I've never been shot, so.
I've never used a tampon.
Americans, let us know.
Yeah, if you've ever been shot. And
Well, apparently, all your men are using tampons, and all your people have been shot. So, sure, there's a lot of Venn diagram. But getting back to James's joke, which inspired all of this, because it's more true than you think. Promote women plus at work, not women for equity. Totally true. And there's more. There's another one from him, in which he points out girls need to learn how to be feminine from strong women plus, not toxic cis women who are not allies.
That's a great point.
And he's got
They're
some-
not going to hire Posey Parker to come and be an advisor, are they?
No. Wouldn't actually teach her how to be a real woman plus. Yeah. There's the last one here from him as well, in which he just points out why support women when you should support women plus.
Great point.
I do actually love the campaign, like the actual campaign, but
Yep.
again, fundamentally, I just look at this image and I'm just reminded of that phrase, which is, I hate sexism and women. And really, that is the rallying cry of all of these people. But there we have it. Happy International Women's Day, folks. I wanted to do a nice little special for it, and I think we succeeded on all fronts. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content that's on the site, such as the Symposium series, this one on Oakeshot's conservatism. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.